Alright, so we're looking at the key of D here, and what I want to do right here is remember one thing here. If we're going to look at the key of D, we have the luxury of looking at the entire tripentatonic cage of D. So whereas this would be the fret nut, okay, don't worry about this E either, okay, because that's not in the picture. If this is our fret nut here, right here, these are just put in place to be under the D, G, A banner, which is also the key of D. Because if you look at the key of D, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. That's the key of D. G would just be in this box here with the third right there having to be played in that diatonic. And that would be, of course, the third to the fourth in G. So that would be like the B to the C, something like that. And then we have the A shape. That's also going to need that 3 and the 7. So we have the luxury of looking at this, even though this is our hard fret nut. So that's the key of D. I seem to have lost our train of thought, but we can move along. I want to just do a solid little review of 129. So if we assign letters to these string numbers, these letters are independent of what key you are in. They are the same for all 12 keys. Okay? Doesn't matter. Every key has a third, every key has a sixth, every key has a second, every key has a fifth, every key has a seventh, right? That kind of thing. Every key has 8 members for the octave. So these are the new definitions, and with the keys of caged, because it's fun to learn the keys of caged. You could do songs in D, E, G, A, or C. Okay? You can also do them in different keys, but that's not part of the cage system, because you have to start somewhere. The arrangement of these strings as we go up is in fifths. So according to this diagram, and it took me a little while to get to this yesterday, and yeah, I'm feeling a little better today, so it's good to review. I'm not feeling so bad right now. Getting better over my bad cold. So in the strings, these are the strings, the bottom. So this is E, A, D, G, B, and C string. But these are not string letters. These are string shapes for the key of C. Okay, so C would be the first string shape in the key of C. G would be the second string. D, and notice we're going up in fifths. Fifth of C is G, fifth of G is D, fifth of D is A, the fifth of A is E. But then the fifth of E is B, but we do an augmented fifth there. These are going to be in order all the time. Now the 5 cage shapes, okay, discounting the double C, we've got cage, C, A, G, E, D. The 5 cage shapes are the same, just starting on different shapes like that, starting on different letters. Okay, so I know I sound like I'm hurrying up because I want to get to the new stuff. So the key of C, okay, remember these are all the same note. This green 3, E is the fifth of E is the third of C, E is the fifth of A, E is same E is the sixth of G, E is the root of E, and E is the second of D. But when we build the string stack, and additionally as we go across the fretboard like this, doom, 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 okay, in fifths, no note sharing. This is what we get. We get starting on the C shape, goes to the G shape, goes to the D shape, and on and on and on. Now you can go caged, but it's going to be have overlap in it. And one thing I want to mention on caged's behalf, and that is, if you're doing a different key, a new key, or you're just starting out in guitar and you want to do the shapes, it's better to start them in caged if you're doing pentatonic. You know why? Because say the C shape here goes C to G, your finger's already on the next shape. That's all I'm saying. As opposed to the fifth of C is G, you're going to start a G shape. Yes, thank you. You're going to start a G shape. It's not going to be on this string because the Lone Wolf 7 takes that fret. So to start the G shape in the key of C, you have to actually have book note, what do they call it? Bookend isolation here. So there's a dark note here, and then you go to your G shape. So it's okay. So C shape goes to G shape. But on the behalf of cage system, you can just start that second shape, which would be the A shape, from having your finger on it right away. So you can stick the cage like that. Kind of thing. You can just work your way up the keyboard like that. Okay, let's move along so we can spend enough time on the new stuff. So in summary, we have here the 5 open string. If there was a dot, the dot would be on this red note. Okay, and we're going to talk about dots. So these are the 5 keys of caged. So notice that C starts on the C shape, A starts on the A shape is 5/6 because the E is the 5th of A. And if you look at the A shape, you have your A shaped chord right there. E, A, C sharp, right there, A shape, you know, your regular A shape. All right. G starts on the G shape, and there's your double root. G always has that double root there waiting for you, and it starts on its 6th. And by the way, the 6th of any key, and this is the key of G, is the magic fret. The magic fret has a 3rd shape interval in between where the 3rd exists in the tuning. So we've got that interesting thing about the magic fret, and that got me onto this stuff in the first place. So G starts on G there, and it proceeds from there. And I'm going to look at the next chart here. I'm going to bring this right into focus here. Key of G starts on G. These are the same thing. It's just like a wheel rolling. It's got the same intervals. Got a little satellite caged letter there. Means to start. That's the next caged up from the chord shape, because you can't play that 7. So you're going to play a G shape, but if you want to get that 7 in a diatonic scale, you have to play the next cage shape up, which would be starting from the root. So it would be, if this is a capo, if this is your fretnut, sure, you can do a lot of G in the G shape. 6, 7 root, right? 6, 7 root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I have to go up to get the 7. Root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. But if you don't want to have to go up to get that 7, because you don't know where it is when you're playing, you just want to play these string patterns. You start with an E shape on that 7th of G, which is the F sharp. So it goes E shape, goes 5th of E it goes to a C shape. C goes to a G shape. All right, G shape goes to a D shape. D shape goes to an A shape. And A shape goes to another E shape. So you would play the E shape G there. That's what I mean about this little